Tapping in.
Are we live?
This one is an important one for us to review, I think, because of what this person's music has meant. You know, there's some Dave East songs that have really that have been important parts of important moments of this thing of ours, my friend. So it's an honor to be here. How did I get here, Dave East?
I did not know that's what the album stood for until you said it. I was like, HD high. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Hi, die.
Rec and review, Davies, Hadai.
What did you think, man?
We're losing our core fans with that. Davies for me has been putting out music that I've enjoyed for a bit. You know, I would say from the Hoffa album, that's when people were really questioning his capabilities, which I didn't fully agree with, because I would have liked more out of Harry Ford from that album. But nevertheless, I think Davies has been putting out pretty strong music for a long time that I enjoy, man. That's why coming into this, seeing what he did in the last album, Pablo and Blanco, which I believe we reviewed, but this is another step forward in the quality of Dave East as a rapper. So I'm not surprised when Dave East gives me good music. I'm always very pleased when it's the type of Dave East that I enjoy, which is that hard rap of Dave East, and this is what that is.
It's definitely a lot of bars here, a lot of straight rap, but the beat selection, I'm gonna make a comparison to say that he's almost Rick Ross-esque in the way that he picked beats on this project. And he's not consistent the way Ross is like that, but man, each instrumental matched the concept of each track on this album so well. And it's honestly the projects where Dave East leans into the more down-tempo, the more introspective music that I end up liking more. I mean, the man has the ability to rap over hard beats and make trap songs and make club songs, but this is my favorite Dave, yo, and it reminds me of some of my favorite songs that he's ever come out with. Type of Time, that's my favorite one, so I can't even think of some other ones, but because I keep thinking of Kyrie Chanel, which is the name of the album. But this album reminds me of that, just in the vibe of taking it more serious. This is mature hip hop from somebody who doesn't have to give us that, and I'm glad he did.
The Dave East hype train left?
You know, I don't know how the hype train works in hip hop anymore, to be honest, G, because it seems like, I mean, ever since even 2 Chainz, right? Like, there's no, I think 2 Chainz showed us that the right situation, the right circumstances, and the right kind of rebrand can have anybody pop. So when I think of talented artists like Dave East, like Vince Staples, like we just mentioned, I see the ups and downs and people paying attention, but I'm confident with some of these guys that the music is always gonna be louder than the industry, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. And I just hope that hip hop can make more space, because, like, if you really look at Dave East's discography, it's a strong discography from 2015, 2014 with Black Rose, but that Hate Me Now going all the way through, and for some reason or another, which I can't fully understand, Dave East is that's the mom's calling. Dave East is he's lost the flair. And
that's your mom calling, be like, what are you talking about? That Dave East is hot.
My mom calling in to complain about my Dave East take. Sorry, Ma. But over the time though, is that's my thing. He hasn't stopped rapping. He hasn't stopped putting out great music. The Karma 3, which dropped in 2020, was hot, dropped over the pandemic. That stuff was fire. But then we come here now, and it seems like people aren't giving Dave East his due respect for some reason. It's quite odd, and maybe it could be the overpowering of the drill sound in New York.
Yeah, maybe that's definitely a part of it. He doesn't sound like what a lot of the city is pushing out right now. But again, to me, I feel like it's really. I don't feel like who's hot always matches up with who's putting out the best music right now. Because under that kind of same lens, I think Boogie should be bigger. West Side Boogie should definitely, have a larger presence in the game. A lot of rappers, even Gibbs, right, is well known and well celebrated under the people who are into the grimier rap and who are really digging. But I was looking at that man's catalog the other day and was just like, this guy does not get his flowers in mainstream hip hop. So those things don't always match up, and I think artists do themselves the best service that they can do when they stop shooting for that approval, and just do them. And that's what this album definitely sounds like to me.
I'm so happy that he doesn't chase the drill sound because that sound is quite played out, and he does stick to, like you say, what he knows. And the dope thing too is the content, man. He is maturing in this content. Even that after taxes, that's so dope. That's stepping into this Ross lane, like you say, where breaking down the game. Yo, this is what $1 million looks like once you finish breaking it down. So heads up, heads up, and split that game. And that's directly down the Nipsey tree line, who Davies was close to, dedicated a decent portion of Karma 3 to Nip. So to be able to see him kind of like pick up that same teacher's mantle that Nip had and carry it through. Um, as someone who's as a fan who understands the proximity of those two people together, and to see how he's addressed it through his music, I think is really, really dope. Hot take. I don't know, for some reason, man, I still don't have a Benny and Dave East track that I fully like. And those are two of some of my favorite rappers, and you'd think you would, but nothing.
Yeah. Uh, I think it might be a case of trying a little bit too hard. Um, I think there's an expectation there, and I think that they're trying to live up to it. What I would really love is just a back and forth, no hook, right? Just let Benny and Dave just go back and forth. I think that's what I would really love to hear. Um, but man, this project, I love how you brought in Nip to it. We're really This is an introspective Davies. My man is like, it's rare that a rapper gives a new idea, right? We just talked about Ben Staples doing a song from the perspective of a gun, right? We know Nas did that like late 90s, early 2000s. But when Davies does John Lennon, right? And like, of course there's stuff like Stan, which is about a fan taking out Eminem. But the specific thing about John Lennon is that it isn't specific. Like, he mentions like he hopes a fan doesn't take him out, but also like a friend, somebody you know. And just that struck me as kind of like novel and new, and just like really had me um thinking a lot about like just that pressure and being that person, and trying to the expectations and the responsibilities that come with being the person that quote unquote made it, and then to look at all of those people that are relying on you and to hope that it's not one of them, fan or friend or fam, that ends up taking you out. Like, that's heavy. And I appreciated him giving us that.
Nobody is immune when it comes to imposter syndrome. Nobody's immune to imposter syndrome, man. Dave East, how did I get here? Official review. I'm feeling a strong 3.5 out of this. Favorite tracks for me being that those first four songs to me are so stellar. Unbelievable. Thousand Miles, Deeper Than Love, After Taxes, going into even John Lennon. I give it a solid 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, this album is really strong at the front. Yeah, that Gregory Hines is decent too. But man, I just 3.5 sits right with me. And I just hope we get more of this Dave, right? I hope he doesn't feel like, all right, I did the slower introspective project. Let me do something else. I mean, of course, whatever the artists want to give us, but I hope he comes back to this bag. And to be able to do it and have me hype like that. I'm Fred Hampton, I'm Huey Newton, I'm Fred Sanford, I'm Richard Pryor, I'm Denzel Washington, and Red Banser. Like I was hyped. I was with him. So
Mhm.
shout out to Dave East, man.